Hello everyone, Kamal here. Welcome to another Path of Exile PlayStation 4 video. This one doesn't really... It's not coming from me playing the PlayStation. What I'm going to do is I'm going to watch the trailer for the new Blight expansion. I'm going to give my opinions on it. We're going to read through the release page. I know I'm a little bit late on this. I had some stuff to take care of today, so this is my first time at 10 p.m. being able to sit down and actually go through all this. So, let's begin, shall we?
A creeping black fungus that feeds on the will of its hosts. Pulsating with toxic blood, too dangerous to touch, too dangerous to ignore.
I mean, it looks
you
cool.
Must drain the ichor of the star.
It does look
infection. Cool. Its mindless husks will protect its core. So I build weapons. Towers which conjure flames, chill the air, move the earth.
Okay, so already I'm seeing a little bit of a problem with the way that works. If anyone's had any type of interactions with anyone while their enemy's around on console, you'll notice that this first instance of you having to build the towers might be a bit frustrating and tricky. But let's continue with it.
Even so, I need your might. And to the mighty go the spoils. The source of this blight is out there. Its black tendrils reaching for us. We will seek it out and purge it.
Just so much going on.
The blight is here.
That really worries me.
And we are the cure.
So, I'm not going to go through the dev commentary in this video. We're going to look through the website, everything that's up for it. From that video, though, I see a couple issues already for console. So, with the Legion expansion, there came a very large amount of server issues with the game. Now, these server issues do seem to come and go occasionally, but the long and the short of it is the servers are trash right now. You kind of, you flip a coin, and if you're lucky, you might have a good day without very many server interruptions, but more often than not, it's going to be kind of a headache. And I think that has to do with the amount of shit going on in the game for the Legion expansion, the Legion League. The Blight League looks like there may be a little bit less going on at once, as far as like all the enemies showing up and then having to fight them all and then having them all, spawn back. But what I do notice is that there's the shit all over the ground. There's the towers that you have to activate while you're killing enemies. I see this being potentially an insanely fun league on PC, but a complete shit show on console. Now, hopefully I'm wrong. I'm really, really hoping that I'm wrong, but I don't think that I am. I've been wrong before. I'll be wrong again, so it won't surprise me if I'm wrong. But I would be more surprised than if I was right. That's just, with the experiences, anybody that's been playing on console, you know that when there's too much stuff going on, it doesn't handle it very well. So that's my biggest worry, is the amount of stuff going on, and it's not just killing enemies, but you're also having to activate towers, protect the towers, and all this kind of shit. And I've also seen, I looked through a little bit of stuff earlier, just kind of browsed through, and I see that they're putting more of an emphasis on necromancy type builds, and that worries me as well. It's, man, I want to give them the benefit of the doubt, and I want to be able to sit here and tell you in all honesty that this league's going to be amazing. But at the same time, I'm not going to sit here and purposely lie and say that I think it's going to be amazing when I honestly don't think it will be. I think that the league interactions will be fun, but I don't think that the servers are going to handle it very well. Now, if you're a PC player or you have access to play it on PC, I think that this could be potentially one of the funnest leagues that you'll have in a while. The downside, however, is my community, we're PlayStation based for the most part. There's a handful of us that play on PC, but we're console based gamers, and I guess it's not that out of the ordinary because Path of Exile, as you know, they have a really good league, and then they'll typically have a really bad league. Now, the league mechanics of Legion were really fun, really good, but the servers simply can't handle it. The servers run like shit, but that's fine. It's one of those games that, as frustrating as it is, it's also extremely addicting. And if this league ends up not being that great for consoles, well, I mean, there's always standard, which I've already talked to a couple people that are going to be playing standard this next league and basically bypassing Blight. But let's read through the manifesto, if you will, the release update. So it says, Path of Exile Blight. In Path of Exile Blight, you must stop the spread of a deadly blight by building towers to defend against monsters held in its thrall. Our September expansion contains the Blight Challenge League, 3 revamped balance archetypes with new skills, support gems, plenty of new items, 2 old leagues being integrated into the core game, and a focus on giving you more freedom to choose which aspects of Path of Exile content you want to play and win. I think this 2 old leagues being integrated into the core game, I know that they're integrating, or they're bringing Legion into the new game. I'm curious what the other one that they're talking about is. We'll just have to see. So this is going through the spreading of Blight. So it says, Sister Cassia is trying to stop the spread of the mind-controlling Blight by destroying fungal growths. Kind of like not the Delves. Oh, what the hell is it called? I can't even think of the name. The Abyss? I think that's what it is. The Abyss Troves and the Abyss areas that you can go through, the Abyssal Caves. So it seems similar to Abyss, and it's kind of like they took the Abyss League and the Legion League and kind of threw it together with a tower defense system type thing in it. But we'll have to really see once it comes out for, to really see how well it works and how well it performs. Once again, I'm hoping for the best, but I'm prepared for the worst. So it says, when attacked, the Blight commands infected monsters to defend it. The monsters mindlessly follow the Blight's tendrils, only attacking foes directly in their path. Interesting. The infected are usually tough, so you'll need to build defensive towers to exploit each monster's specific weakness. For each tendril lane, you'll defend a chest that will appear with your rewards. So that's a whole bunch of bright things going on. One thing that I did notice that I really like is that they're keeping these. They're keeping these to indicate what's dropping. I think that's going to be a Blight-specific item, and then obviously a chess piece. And then here, this is what worries me. What worries me is the fact that you're going to have enemies spawning and coming towards you, and at the same time, you're going to be expected to bring up the tower menu and decide which one you want. Now, this could function okay, but it could also function very badly. I hope that it functions well, and I hope that I'm wrong on this, but I see it being quite a pain in the ass for us console players. So this next section, it says, build up your defense. Sister Cassia's arsenal contains towers that chill, shock, stun, burn, summon, empower, petrify, and debilitate. Choose, place, and upgrade these towers carefully to take advantage of both the terrain and the weaknesses of the infected monsters. These fast, bite-sized tower defense encounters combine Path of Exile's intense action combat with the tactical fun of this popular genre. I have never played a tower defense game. I'm not a mobile gamer. I have a PlayStation. I have a decently okay computer. I have a PS3. I have a Switch. I have a Wii U. I have a second computer. I don't use my phone to play games. As far as my phone gaming and tower defense, I see that tower defense is a mobile game. As far as that goes, I have Stardew Valley and Final Fantasy Tactics from the PlayStation 1 on my phone. That's it. So, I don't know. I mean, I don't play the genre. This is another thing, though, aside from the tower defense. So if you see these rings, there are these new intrinsic traits. Now, these ones are specifically for the towers, but there's an intrinsic trait, not even intrinsic, I'm not sure if you would call it that, but there's a trait that you can get that I'm sure they'll actually go over later on. Yeah, right here. That is super interesting. So this is just saying that there's maps. I'll get to the next section. I'm jumping around a lot. You guys may know I quit smoking weed about a week ago, so my brain jumps all over the fucking place, and it's very hard for me to stay on track and on topic. So we'll just go step by step, and then I'll get into what I'm actually very excited about when we reach it. So it says, cleanse Blighted Maps. Path of Exile's in-game is not safe from the effects of the Blight either. Find Blighted Maps, which contain gigantic Blight encounters with dozens of lanes and some of the League's most valuable rewards. This is what worries me. What worries me most is the super, super deep and big encounters that happen in maps. If you caught my stream today, you caught me basically throwing my headset and just like, because it was very irritating, to say the least. It was very irritating to farm for hours and then have all of that experience lost due to just stupid shit. You know, that's very annoying, and that's one thing that thoroughly worries me about this. But at the same time, hope for the best, prepare for the worst. These maps do look pretty cool. I mean, areas infested with a fungal growth, natural inhabitants of this area have been removed. Natural inhabitants. So, it seems like on these blighted maps, it's actually going to be completely getting rid of all of the enemies in the map and just having gigantic blight encounters. I could be wrong, but that's kind of what I'm reading from this. Now, on to the next part that I am excited about. These oils are oils that you can collect. When you collect these oils, you can use them, like this one, Brutal Blade, Essence Sap, and Inexorable. And then on Zophs it's showing Golem's Blood. Now, what that's doing is that's giving you the opportunity to take 3 of these oils, and depending on, I'm guessing, how many of them you put in, maybe the order that you put them in. I don't think the order will really matter that much. I think what oils you put in and the amount of each one will allow you to search out and, well, give your character passive nodes from the tree. These greater passive nodes, like Golem's Blood, for example, is going to be accessible when you anoint these items. So it says, among other treasures, the Blight yields oils which Sister Cassia can use to anoint your jewelry. So this is going to be just for rings, belt, and amulet, from what I can tell. It might not be the belt. Sometimes they count the belt as jewelry, but occasionally maybe they don't. But it says combine 2 oils to enchant a ring with a potent power or with a potent tower modifier. Combine 3 oils to enchant your amulet with any notable passive. Oh, so it looks like you can anoint the amulets themselves with passive skill tree nodes, and then your rings with tower buffs. The 12 oils vary considerably in rarity, with each combination of them of them granting a different result. So that's actually something that I am pretty excited about. I think that that's a really awesome thing to bring to it, the ability to, I mean, give you, as Bullshifter stated, because I watched his video when I got home earlier. One of the things he said that's really awesome that it got me kind of excited about this league is, let's say you're a duelist or you're a marauder, but your build would benefit greatly from something way over on the other side of the passive tree. With this, you can actually get that passive, that significant passive node onto your amulet. That can save you a ridiculous amount of skill points. Like, imagine on, let's say, my Marauder. If I was able to save those 5 or 6 to 10 points, however much it was, for me to get elemental overload. If I was able to get that onto my Zoph's Blood amulet and not have to put all the points to reach it on the skill tree, that could greatly benefit the build. That could be cool. Could be great. That could be pretty fucking awesome. Let's carry on, though. 4 of the unique items exclusive to the Blight League form an armor set that can also be anointed with notable passives. Combined with an anointed amulet, the wearer of this set can have up to 5 bonus notable passives active at once, unlocking countless new build possibilities. Yeah, that's really fucking cool. The only thing is, how good are the items going to be? That's what's really going to determine if it's actually going to be beneficial to use these or not. Because, yeah, I mean, these boots might be good for your build, but if they're complete shit for your build and you can do far greater things with a pair of yellow, a pair of magic boots, or rare boots rather, it's not going to be quite as beneficial. So, I mean, it could be cool. It could be cool, but it could not be also. This is another thing that I think is really awesome, is the ability to build up the amount of encounters. Like, I run maps constantly, and the majority of the time, I don't really fuck with a lot of these. I've gotten to the point where I don't find it super necessary to. I probably should, because I could probably get a lot more from it, but I don't interact with it too much. It looks like with this, you are able to save those up and then, burn through them at a later date. Like, I'm going to use Bullshifter again. One of the things he referenced in his video was the fact if you're delving a fair amount, and you happen to take a break from delving, and within the first couple maps that you run, you fill up your soul fight, and you have no reason to then talk to Nico or to talk to the Soulfight mines and to get more Soulfight for Nico. Well, you can build those up. So it says you're no longer forced to run every master mission as soon as you encounter it, or required to run arbitrary maps to complete your dailies. Significantly, more of your missions are now earned through map completion, and they can be run later by talking to the master in your hideout. Missions accumulate indefinitely, and you can run them whenever you have time on whatever maps you choose. That's really fucking awesome. So this part right here, whatever maps you choose, I think is really fucking cool. What that means is you could essentially, I'll use Nico again as an example. Let's say you find that, there's 3 maps, a white map, a yellow map, and a red map that are all extremely small. And you're running the white maps a lot for whatever reason you find necessary, and you're completely full of soul fight. And then you go and you delve. Then you can go and run these super tiny maps, like Glacier is a great example because it's a pretty small map, super quick, super easy to run. You can run Glacier over and over and over and over again by talking to Nico, obviously if you have the maps, I'm assuming, and pick up the soul fight just from that one specific map because it's a quick, 2-minute sprint through the map. Grab the soul fight, run it again. That could be really beneficial, especially for doing these dailies. And it says we have also improved the betrayal rewards, made deeper depths easier to access and delve, and integrated Legion and boss fights from the synthesis into the core game. Interesting. I wonder what boss fights from synthesis are going to... Oh. Yeah, I'm curious what synthesis mechanics are going to be. Is it just this one? I really hope not, because that map, this thing right here was annoying. But, once again, hope for the best, prepare for the worst. I mean, it really scares me how much is going on in these leagues. Now, these are the 3 different archetypes that are going to be modified. And then once I get done with this, I'm going to give you my plans for the next league. If I do play on it, I am going to give it an attempt, but I don't see myself investing too much time at a next league. There's a couple of reasons why, and I'll go over that at the end. But the Necromancer archetype. So, summoners are one of the most popular playstyles in action RPGs. In Path of Exile Blight, we have significantly revamped mini-summoner mechanics and the Witch's Necromancer Ascendancy class. We have buffed the per-gem level progression of mini-minion types, added new support gems that allow you to fine-tune mission behavior, revamped the Necromancer Ascendancy, introduced the Carrion Golem. A Carrion Golem? I'm assuming that's what it is. It looks really fucking cool. Added a high-level wand, base type, that can roll powerful minion mods, and have made many other changes. To support all the new skills that are available, we have added an additional bar of skill bindings. Okay, so that's... Holy shit, that's the Carrion Golem? I might be changing my mind on what I'm doing next league, because that looks fucking awesome. That looks super dope. So it says Carrion Golem, a dangerous new golem minion that buffs and is buffed by your non-golem minions. Oh, interesting. And this is just showing the Carrion Golem with a whole bunch of raised zombies. It looks like zombies. So that's pretty cool. And then here, just another character in action. All right, the Poison Assassin archetype. This is what I'm kind of interested in. It says the Poison Assassin, once the most dominant playstyle in Path of Exile, is returning almost to its glory days. Blight adds a new poison-themed support gem and a suite of 5 potent new poison-themed skill gems, including Cobra Lash, which chains a poison projectile between your foes. Interesting. The new elusive mechanic, supported by a new ascendancy notable, provides powerful defensive opportunities and a means of escape, while changes to the Perfect Agony Keystone passive and multipliers from 4 ailments from critical hits ensure the Poison Assassin gets his mark. So, Withering Step. Withering Step is a new movement skill. It says use this as a movement skill alongside other skills. Instantly withers enemies around you. I like that. And this is Cobra Lash. That's a super cool looking dude. It says Cobra Lash. Cobra Lash throws out a weapon projectile that chains multiple times between enemies. And then this one is just showing some stuff happening. And then the last one that it shows is being modified is the Mine Saboteur Archetype. It says, we often received feedback that mines, though strong, felt clunky to use. In Blight, we have completely reworked mine mechanics from the ground up. Thrown to a location rather than placed at your feet. That's cool. Mines now deploy more quickly and detonate in sequence. Mine skills now also reward you for detonating long sequences. New and reworked mine support gems, as well as the mobile Skitter Bots, which I believe that's a new summoning thing that it messes with your mines. Provide new avenues. I think it's going to tell me right here, so I'll read that in a second. Provide new avenues for explosive power. All these additions are further enhanced by changes to the passive skill tree and the Saboteur Ascendancy class. So this is the Stormblast mine, so I was wrong, it's not the Skitter Bug on this one. This mine makes nearby enemies vulnerable to damage with increasingly powerful shockwaves that multiply when multiple are detonated in sequence. This is the Skitter Bots. So, that is a really fucking badass microtransaction. I like that mask. I want that fucking mask. That's super cool. Hey, I want that mask. Just so you guys know. Path of Exile, Grinding Gear Games, hook it up. Hook it up. Okay, summoning Skitter Bots. These skittering companions boost your trap and mine damage, occasionally activating mines and rearming them, or triggering multiple traps. That's cool. Activating mines and then rearming them? Bruh. That could be really fucking dope. And then this, as with the other ones, the third picture is just, kind of showing an example of the Skitterbug and mines and stuff exploding and things dying. And this, powerful new items. Alongside the oils, Blighted Maps, and new jewelry enchantments, Path of Exile Blight contains 18 new divination cards and 16 new skills and support gems, and 16 new unique items for you to discover. In addition, we have rebalanced 24 existing unique items, of which 6 have received substantial overhauls. So it's showing this is a Legion Scarab. Area contains additional Legion encounters. Each Legion contains a Warhorde. Okay. That's cool. Once again, don't see it performing very well on console, but it is cool nonetheless. Cold Iron Point Azomite Dagger. 30 increased global critical strike, plus 3 to all physical spell skill gems. Deal no elemental damage. That's global. That's plus 3 global. That's not... You don't even have to equip that into the dagger. That's just a global plus 3 to all physical spell skills. That's... That could be really, really, really fucking cool. Interesting. I like that. I like that. This is Triad Grip Mesh Gloves. it is a whole shit ton of minion stuff. So minions convert 25% each one. Uh, Physical to fire per red socket, physical to cold per green socket, physical to lightning per blue, physical to chaos per white. So you want to try to get... Okay, so I feel like making... No, I feel like poison is going to be insanely good. So maybe these gloves with white sockets could be really, really fucking beneficial. Just saying. Badge of the Brotherhood Turquoise Amulet. So, cooldown recovery of travel skills per frenzy charge. That's awesome. 8% increased effective elusive per power charge. Okay. 23 chance to lose a friendly charge when you use a travel skill. 24 chance to lose a power charge when you gain elusive. Your maximum friendly charges is equal to your maximum power charges. That's something. This is a faded unique item. Oh. Interesting. Huh. That could be really cool. A faded unique item. So if you don't know, faded items are... you can get an item, a unique item. You get a prophecy that says you will do X while wielding this item. Or you will kill X, kill whoever, while wielding this item. And then that gives you an upgraded version of that item that's typically going to be better than the one before. You can also even sell these faded uniques for quite a bit more typically than just the base ones. And then this one is a oh. I like that. Nook's Crown. With 4 of these, you get a Yellow Elder level 100 Bone Helm. That's really fucking awesome. They're really putting a big emphasis on summoners, necros, and stuff. And, I mean... I'm sorry, console family. I'm sorry. We're going to have such a difficult time next league unless they do some massive, massive adjustments and fixes. So this is just showing the supporter pack. With each new league, they will have new supporter packs. This blue one looks super cool, but I really like that fucking helmet. I don't know if you can really tell too much because of the way my OBS is set up, but this one looks really fucking cool. I like the helmet. The rest of it's kind of Overall, though, if I had to choose one or the other, it would definitely be this. So it says, it kind of reminds me of a Death Knight, to be honest, if you play WoW. So we're also launching 2 sets of supporter packs alongside Blight, the Lich, and the Sentinel pack. That's probably the Lich, which, you know, it makes sense because of the helmet, but that looks more like a Lich. But whatever. There are 2 price points available for each, and they feature masses of points alongside with new armor sets and other exclusive cosmetic microtransactions. You'll be able to purchase these from Thursday, August 22nd onward. Path of Exile Blight will launch on September 6th on PC and September 9th on Xbox One and PlayStation. So, with all that being said, what are my plans? Well, I will probably end up rolling one of 2 things. I'm kind of debating between the 2. Now, if I see that everything runs well, I will probably dabble in a Necromancer. But the start of the league, I will be running Blade Vortex. I will be starting out the league, this next league, with a Blade Vortex, probably Assassin. Now, the reason is because I feel like they're adding some things that will make a Chaos Blade Vortex build really good. I'm not a theory crafter so much, so if you're not sure what to play, and you're not well enough versed at the game, or you just don't feel comfortable enough trying to make and run your own build, give it about a week or so. When the patch notes drop, when the actual official patch notes for this league drop, then there will immediately be theory crafters out putting together builds that will take you to Uber Elder, and being able to clear them. I don't really pay attention to that too much. I just play what sounds fun. Have I ever fought Uber Elder? No. No, I think the farthest I've made it in mapping is on PC. I've done like T16, and then on console I've made it to like T13. But console runs so terribly bad that I'm not really expecting to push too much further than that. I don't. Now, I'm probably not going to be investing too much time in this next league. I'll get on, I'll check it out, I'll play, but WoW Classic comes out in 6 days. It comes out on August 26th. And if you're one of like 100 people that weren't subscribed to me before I started making Path of Exile content, you will know that I am a WoW player. I have always been a WoW player. I will always be a WoW player. I don't play BFA because it's fucking boring. I mean, let's be honest. BFA is fucking trash. But I may or may not play fairly religiously on undocumented servers. And WoW Classic is my home. I will be playing WoW Classic very, very religiously. I'm not going to be abandoning Path of Exile. I would never be able to do that because, well, you can only really do so much in WoW Classic. The good thing about this is it comes out on the 9th. So it comes out roughly 2 weeks after WoW Classic drops. Within those first 2 weeks of WoW Classic dropping, I'll be pushing as quickly as I can to max level. Me and my wife are going to be leveling up. So it'll give me time to kind of put the game to the side and to focus on Path of Exile right when the league drops so I can test it out. I just don't expect it to run very well. I want it to. I want it to run well because I would really, really enjoy playing a Necromancer and getting that class rolling and working well, but I don't expect it to. And that's really just, I mean, it is what it is. Once again, like I said in the beginning of the video, I could very easily sit here and lie to you and tell you that this is going to be amazing and it's going to run great and it's going to be the most awesome league that we've ever seen. I don't play tower defense games, so that part is just, I'm past that. I don't care about the tower defense mechanics so much. I'm looking at this as a realist and saying it looks interesting, it looks cool, but it all comes down to the execution. And it seems like the execution on console is, you guys remember in Game of Thrones when Jon Snow had to do his first I think it was Theon Greyjoy had to do the execution, and it took like 3 swipes to cut the head off. Well, I feel like that is still a better execution than what we're getting from Path of Exile on the console. And that's not that's saying a lot, because Theon Greyjoy is a fucking failure. And I feel like we're getting overlooked significantly on console. And it's very disappointing, because I know a lot of people that have invested a lot of money into the game on console, and it's very frustrating when you're not receiving, how do I want to word it, the updates required, the updates needed to make the game continually grow successfully. It's like, I feel like each time they put out a patch, the servers get worse. You've got to delete the game and reinstall the game and hope it works. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. It's gotten to the point with me where I can typically tell within the first 10 minutes of me playing if I'm going to be playing the game that day or not. If the first map I run is laggy, if I'm desyncing, if I'm rubber banding, I'm just going to turn the game off because that's telling me that there's some kind of issue that I'm not willing to deal with. Um, and I mean, I guess I don't really have too much more to say. I hope, I hope that this expansion is good. I hope that it's awesome. I hope that it performs well. I don't think it will. And that's just me being as honest with you guys as I can be. So, if you made it this far, you're the real fucking G. And I hope you enjoyed this content. Please consider liking the video, subscribing to the channel, leaving a comment down in the comment section below. Let me know what you think about the server. Or not the servers, but let me know what you think about this next coming league. How much time you plan on investing into it, whether you think it's going to work well or not. Once again, on PC, I think this is going to be absolutely pretty good. Pretty fucking good. Console, I'm not gonna say it's gonna be shit, but I'm also not gonna be surprised if it's very close to something that falls out of somebody's asshole. Just saying. So it is what it is. I'm out. Thanks, guys. Don't forget to join the Discord.